After a long winter, spring has finally arrived. Welcome to For Your Life, a half hour of information and entertainment to help you and your family manage your busy lifestyle this summer. I'm Stacey Engelhardt. Well, having children can really change your life from the day you find out you're expecting until they move out on their own. Parents never stop caring or worrying. That's why estate planning is so important. Who would care for your child if you couldn't? Well, that's a question many new parents ask themselves.
Blake was born in October. It was a long but very rewarding day for us and a very special day.
Best day ever.
It was a long labor for Ashley, but to have our first child and to be there with family and friends, it was just a wonderful, wonderful day. He was up every couple hours for the first few months, so we were on our toes.
We were a good team, really good team. He helped a lot because I was exhausted. I didn't sleep for days. And he stepped right up. My sister stayed with us, parents.
It worked out. We had a lot
we had a ton of
support.
He's the best, honestly. He is unbelievably, he's the funniest kid. He's a joy. Brightens every single room he's in. He's wonderful.
Sometimes we get overwhelmed knowing that Blake is counting on us entirely for his well-being.
Our financial advisor had suggested for years that we draft a will, but because it was just the two of us, we didn't think it was important to get it done right away.
But now we do, and we started looking into estate planning soon after Blake was born.
For the most part, we live our lives without really thinking about the law and how it applies to us. But major life events are often the time people need a lawyer's help. Getting married, buying a home, having a child, losing your job, and health problems are common life scenarios where a lawyer can help ensure your wishes are fully represented.
We thought estate planning meant just having our will drafted. After I started looking into it, I came across finelaw.ca. I saw there was a lot more to it than that.
Who has the final say in the end of life matters?
There was a lot to consider. Who was going to take care of Blake? What would happen to our home?
Would he have enough money to go to university?
Oh, here we go. Find a lawyer.
A well-prepared estate plan will help you ensure your wishes are carried out and your loved ones are taken care of once you're gone.
Nice and close to home, too.
While a will is the main component of planning your estate, it can also include power of attorney, living wills, trusts, and advanced care directives.
We hired a lawyer when we bought this house, but we thought we should find a lawyer who specialized in estate planning.
We found a great lawyer on finelaw.ca who is close to home and able to answer all the questions for us.
The right lawyer can do a lot for you. Their job is to help you find the best solution to your problem. We recommend choosing one that specializes in your legal issue. Research a few of them to find the right fit before you meet them. Check out their experience. You can find a lawyer's blog, website, legal information, and more on finelaw.ca. Fees should also be considered, so weigh their fees with their experience and ask them how they think they can help you.
Thinking about this stuff was hard, but our lawyer guided us through our options, which made the process a lot easier.
All that really matters is that someone's going to be taking care of Blake.
And we'll love him as much as we do.
Coming up.
There are a few things that Canadians really want from their apps when they're out shopping.
And later.
On the outside, you could look fine, but inside, you're not doing fine. That sometimes controls you, and to me, it becomes taxing on my mental health.
According to measurement firm Comscore, Canadians spent 80% of their mobile online time using an app last year. More than 55% of Canadians own a smartphone, so it's no wonder retailers are connecting with their customers through mobile technology. To weigh in on shopping with apps is tech expert Amber Mack. Hi Amber, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Amber, shopping with an app is becoming more popular with consumers. What are some ways retailers are integrating apps into the shopping experience?
I think retailers in Canada are finally recognizing that there are a few things that Canadians really want from their apps when they're out shopping. The first one is personalization. Canadians love going out shopping and having a personal experience. We also all love to save money, so that added value from the app. And finally, Canadians absolutely love loyalty programs.
So what do you think makes a great app?
I think a great app is one that gets smarter as you're shopping, really in real time. Shoppers Drug Mart just released an app for their loyalty program, Optimum, that allows you to do just that.
We recently caught up with consumer Rima Carr, who tried this app.
Rima is a busy mom who loves to save money and stay on budget, so I can't wait to hear what she has to say.
Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Rima Carr. I'm a working mom, wife, and blogger. I write about the different ways I stretch our household budget. One of my favorite money-saving tips is to use shopping apps, especially for stores where I shop at regularly, like Shoppers Drug Mart. Their new app comes with its first ever digital Optimum card. I can use the card directly on my phone. That makes it easy for me to collect and spend points, so I won't miss out on offers or points because of lost or forgotten cards. The app makes it easy for me to take advantage of all the new rewards they're offering too. I downloaded the app onto my smartphone, and each week I receive personalized offers for things I buy regularly. Through the app, I can view and load the offers I want onto my Optimum card. And when I check out, I scan my phone at the cash to redeem all my deals. I love that I don't need to clip coupons and that I know I won't be missing any deals when I do my last-minute pop-ins. I can also check my points balance, make my shopping list, and browse my own personalized flyer in the app, so everything I need for my shopping trip is all in one place.
Next in line, please. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for bringing your bag in today.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you. Did you want to redeem some Optimum points today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. The Shoppers Drug Mart app really makes my shopping experience even more convenient. And with more rewards, I'll be earning points for free stuff sooner. And who doesn't love that when you're trying to save money?
Many of us have had a stomach ache at one time or another, but for those living with habitual discomfort, life can be difficult and sometimes even unmanageable. Here's Heather's story.
Ulcerative colitis affects me on a day-to-day basis, basically from planning my days, from going to work to social events. If I'm not feeling good, I need to stay home. I need to stay close to the washroom. I am not fit to be going out into public. It could be anything from feeling fatigued to having stomach cramps to diarrhea. It can be complicated. So if I go somewhere that I'm not familiar with, the first thing I need to do is figure out where the washrooms are. That is pertinent. And the reason why that is so important is because of the urgency to go to the washroom, the urgency for a bowel movement. I need to know where the washroom is, and I need to get there ASAP. Feeling bad because you cancel on friends. To me, that's one of the things that I find really hard, because sometimes I don't feel that it is really understood what it is like to have ulcerative colitis. Physically, on the outside, you could look fine, but inside, you're not doing fine. It sometimes controls you, and to me, it becomes taxing on my mental health.
Ulcerative colitis is one of two key inflammatory bowel diseases, or IBD, and it affects the inner lining of the colon. And the consequence for the patients who have ulcerative colitis is that they could have bloody diarrhea, they could just bleed rectally, and they could have a debilitating effect on their lives. More than 100,000 Canadians have ulcerative colitis, and an additional 4,500 are diagnosed each year. The diagnosis can come as early as in the teens or as late as in your 40s. Ulcerative colitis is a lifelong chronic condition that it can affect you physically, emotionally, and socially. Imagine if you can't tell the difference between passing gas and having a bowel movement. And imagine how that might play out during your day as you're going around shopping or going to school or working. And imagine if all you can think about is, where is the washroom, because I might have to use it. The disease can vary from being mild, moderate, and severe, and the treatments differ. So convey to your physician how much diarrhea you have, even though it might be uncomfortable for you to tell the physician that you have 20 bowel movements a day. It's important that you convey that.
We know that Canada has some of the highest incidence and prevalence rates of IBD in the world. We think that there may be specific environmental factors that are responsible for this, but we also know that genetics and the way that the bacteria interact with our immune system are important things that we need to consider. We're very fortunate in Canada because Canada is amongst the leaders in research in both the areas of trying to find the cause and developing new treatments in this area. In the last decade, what's been fortunate is we've developed new drugs called biologic drugs.
I don't think I'll ever be free of ulcerative colitis. It's something that is lifelong. When I was first diagnosed, I didn't really understand it fully. I think now as I'm getting older, I understand it better. You know, for people that are newly diagnosed, it's not the end of the world. It can get better. You just got to hang in there and do your best and stay positive.
Coming up.
Cut that in half or a third by using a smaller glass of juice. And when you're making your smoothie, use yogurt, fresh fruit, and add some ice for a healthier smoothie by adding the fruit versus the juice.
I love anything French food, indulgent, romantic, just comfortable. What about you?
I'm more inclined to go to some Greek inspired. I love the vegetable, the spicing.
With the frequency of heavy rains on the rise, thousands of Canadians are suffering losses from water damage each year. They say bad habits are hard to break, and sometimes when we're trying to break a bad habit or start a new one, like eating less junk food or more vegetables, we forget to consider our drink choices. In a quest to lead a healthier lifestyle, many are trying to exercise more and eat better. But how are we doing when it comes to beverage choices? Sherry Torkos, pharmacist and author of the Canadian Encyclopedia of Natural Medicine, says it's time to rethink your drink. Thank you so much for joining us, Sherry.
Thanks for having me.
So making healthy food choices isn't the only thing we need to do. We leave out an important step.
Yeah, that's right. Canadians overall are doing much better when it comes to eating healthy, but I think where we need to pay more attention to is with our beverage choices.
How can we rethink our drink?
Well, I think it's important to look at some simple substitutions, making some gradual changes, cutting down on portion size, and also just being more aware of the choices that you're making when you're having your drinks.
So let's take a look at some meal ideas.
When we're looking at a snack option, for example, when you look at the amount of sugar you're consuming in a glass of orange juice, the size, that could be 5 or 6 teaspoons of sugar. So cut that in half or a third by using a smaller glass of juice. And when you're making your smoothie, use use yogurt, fresh fruit, and add some ice for a healthier smoothie by adding the fruit versus the juice.
What a great idea. Now let's take a look at some lunch options.
Sounds good.
So what about a lunch like this? I see it, and to me it looks healthy.
Yeah, you would think having a salad for lunch is a good choice. However, if you're going to be adding croutons to your salad and then a thick creamy dressing such as this, you're adding calories. So instead, skip the croutons and make your own salad dressing. Use some balsamic vinegar and oil.
And I love balsamic vinegar and oil.
It's tasty.
Now I know in the afternoon sometimes I get a little hungry and I have a tendency to reach for a glass of pop because it just feels satisfying.
Well, the problem is when you're having a large glass of pop such as this, you're consuming sugar and calories. So instead, have some sparkling bottled water. It's refreshing, you get the bubble.
And I love the bubbles in the water as well.
And it's important to sip on water throughout the day because we sometimes confuse thirst for hunger and then we're tempted to make a bad choice. So to stay hydrated throughout the day and also to prevent yourself from feeling ravenous at dinner time, you want to be sipping on water throughout the day.
And speaking of dinner, I see we have dinner over here.
Yes, and typically dinner is the most calorie-heavy meal of the day.
So what can we do about that?
Well, something as simple as rethinking your dinner drink can make a big difference in cutting calories. Instead, have a glass of sparkling water. It's refreshing and hydrating. Add some fresh lime slices, fancy it up, and you have a beverage the whole family can enjoy. Again, a simple substitution.
What a great idea. I love the flavor. It's so refreshing. How much sugar is in here?
Actually, there's no sugar, no calories, and no artificial sweeteners.
Wow.
Staying hydrated is such an important part of a healthy lifestyle, and it's very important for Canadians to adopt better habits when you consider that about a third of our daily sugar intake comes from beverages alone. That can add up.
So I guess it's time to rethink our drink.
And that's why Nestle Pure Life is starting the Sparkling 7-Day Challenge.
So what is the Sparkling 7-Day Challenge?
Well, research shows that new habits and behaviors can be formed after 4 consecutive days. So with the Sparkling 7-Day Challenge, Nestle is encouraging people to swap beverages for a bottle of sparkling water instead.
Well, I think it's time I take the challenge. If you're ready for a 7-day kickstart, find out more at sparkling7daychallenge.ca. From Victoria to St. John's, Newfoundland, residential properties are being damaged by climate-related storms and activities. That leaves homeowners wondering how to best protect their homes from the effects of an increasingly unpredictable environment. With the frequency of heavy rains on the rise, thousands of Canadians are suffering losses from water damage each year. Heavy rain in a short period can overburden your local sewer system and also cause rivers, lakes, and ponds to swell quickly. But homeowners can protect themselves with a few simple steps. Make sure all exterior landscaping slopes away from the home. Have a backwater valve professionally installed on your main drain. This valve prevents sewage from coming back into the home when the system is overloaded. Also, consider having a sump pump pit. A sump pump connected to a weeping tile draws excess water from around your foundation and pushes it away from your home.
Aviva Canada is pleased to be offering overland water coverage, the first of its kind in Canada. It will be an excellent product that we expect all residential customers will want to have. It will provide them with certainty and peace of mind against water damage, protecting their homes.
For more information on how to weather protect your home year-round, contact your insurance broker. With me is Dan Sanding from the Institute for Catastrophic Loss Reduction. Welcome, Dan.
Well, thanks very much for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us today. So, residential property damage is on the rise. Can you tell us why?
Sure. Insurers seem to be experiencing more claims related to flooding and extreme rainfall. We're seeing more extreme rainfall events occur in urban areas, and more people are making claims related to water coming in their basements. Another big factor is plumbing failures in people's homes.
Now, Dan, in terms of property damage, I hear that water is surpassing fire as the leading cause.
Yeah, insurers seem to be seeing more water damage related claims. And one reason is because more people are finishing their basements or living in their basements. They have expensive furniture, TVs and couches and things like that. So when their basements flood, all that stuff has to be replaced. And also basements have to be professionally cleaned, especially after a sewer backup event.
Now, Dan, according to the video, overland water damage is becoming a problem. Can you tell us what that is and how it's different from flooding and sewer backup?
Typically, homeowners are affected by 3 different types of flooding. There's overland flooding, which is basically water flowing over the surface of the ground. It comes into homes through windows and doors. Sewer backup comes from the municipal sewer system. When it becomes overloaded, water gets pushed back in through plumbing. And seepage flooding, which is basically water, groundwater seeping into the basement through cracks. Another important distinction is between flooding that happens as a result of rivers overflowing and lakes overflowing, and flooding that happens as a result of extreme rainfall. And any homeowner in an urban area can be affected by extreme rainfall flooding, but only a small number of Canadian homeowners are vulnerable to flooding from lakes and rivers and that sort of thing.
Now, Dan, besides what was mentioned in the video, how can homeowners protect themselves?
Well, one more important thing that homeowners can do if they've had flooding is give their municipality a call and tell them how the water came in their basement. Did it come up through a floor drain? Did it come over the surface? Your municipality is very interested in that information because it helps them identify the problems with municipal infrastructure. Another thing that you can do is ask your municipality what you should be doing in your own property to reduce risk. Every single home, every single neighborhood, and every single city is different, so it's very important to go direct to your municipality for information.
Well, thank you so much, Dan.
Of course, anytime.
For more information about how to protect your home, visit avivacanada.com. When planning a party, food and drink takes center stage. So when Ranko and Madison were deciding what to serve, they called on party expert and cookbook author Trish Magwood to help pull together an event with European flair.
My friends Madison and Ranko are throwing a party. They've done all the necessary party planning. They've sent out the invites, created the playlists, selected the wines, but where they're having trouble is deciding what appetizers to serve their guests. So I'm here to help.
I love anything French food, indulgent, romantic, just comfortable. What about you?
I'm more inclined to go with some Greek inspired. I love the vegetable, the spicing, and just the small portion. It's just more of a handsy kind of food.
I think we can match make those together. I think we can make them work together. What do you think? That sounds great. Yeah. So we're going to want to do things that you can make a bit ahead of time, so you're a guest at your own party, right? Definitely. So that's something to keep in mind, and maybe a last minute warm up. You know, very current to do small tasting plates, tapas, sharing. So maybe small plates only with napkins so that we can limit the cleanup at the end.
I think that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, I think we've got some direction for our focus for our food, so let's get started. We're ready for our French-inspired crostini. We have all the makings of France. Our spreadable brie, Forel pears, tarragon, which is such a nice addition. And we'll add that in with the spreadable brie and our pecan. So do you want to cut the crostini?
Sure.
Do it nice and thin, and then a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on it. We'll pop it in the oven for a few minutes, and then we'll add the toppings. And the President spreadable brie makes it so much easier and faster. No rind, so I don't have to cut anything.
Great.
And of course, there's no processed anything, so it's delicious and good. Oh, perfect. Okay, those are great. Give a mountain of brie. So whenever I'm cutting something round and wobbly like that, I like taking the bottom off first, so then you have a little...
Nice. That's a good tip.
I think that you need to have, just for sort of a partial cocktail party, 6 to 8 pieces per person, and if it's a full cocktail party, you need like 10. And then we'll put the pears on, and the honey, and the pecans. You want it to have a nice generous bite, not a tiny delicate one. A perfect French-inspired hors d'oeuvre. Our brie, pear, and pecan crostini. And the last one, Go. Perfect. Put that right there. Oh, these look good.
Smells so good.
Perfect little size. So let's pop those on the board. Pretty ones. Good. And we get to eat one too.
So good.
Okay, looks like we're ready to create a Greek Isle extravaganza here.
Fantastic.
Super easy. We have this amazing Presidente spreadable feta, which makes life a lot easier than the crumbly feta, especially for hors d'oeuvres. And we'll add our little Greek salad that's going on top. Oregano is another classic herb that goes with our Greek flavors. You can use fresh or dried. We're using fresh. Artichokes, tomatoes, oregano, olives, extra virgin olive oil, some salt and pepper, delicious. And then we can just put this on top and away we go. It's like a bruschetta. And then let's go right onto our presentation board there. So these you can make ahead and have them in an airtight container and then just replenish as the guests demolish them. There you go.
They look beautiful.
Yeah, happy
fantastic.
with those.
Oh,
Yeah.
very happy.
Hey,
Absolutely.
how's it going, guys? Good. We've done all the heavy lifting for you. No more work.
Well, our guests are going to be here soon, so we have to get ready and say goodbye and thank you.
Yay! Have a great party, you guys. Have fun.
Thanks for your help,
Enjoy.
Trish. Thank you.
You're welcome.
These all ready to go?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Everything looks perfect, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
I'll go put on the music.
I'll get the door.
Okay.
Thanks for watching For Your Life. For more information about the products and services we featured, or to be on the show, visit fifthstory.com. I'm Stacey Engelhardt. See you next time.